The pasuk in this week's parsha tells us that this commandment, this mitzvah, is not far from you. It's not too baffling for you. It's not in the heavens. It's not across the sea. Rather, it's very, very close to you, in your mouth, in your heart, to observe it. So the question that's asked is, what is this mitzvah? What is this commandment that is so easy to do, so accessible, so not far from us? What is that mitzvah? So Rashi tells us it's actually the mitzvah to study Torah, to learn Torah. And the Ramban argues on him, and he says it's the mitzvah to do tshuva, the mitzvah to return to the Almighty. And according to this understanding, it comes out very puzzling that the Ramban is saying it's so easy and simple to do tshuva. How many of us are standing here right before Rosh Hashanah and we feel like we're in the same place we were last year? We had these New Year's resolutions, we planned to change, to do tshuva, to take a different path, and here we are, we feel like we're in the same exact place once again. How is it so easy? If it was so easy, everyone would do it. So the Chaim Shmulevitz gives an amazing answer, and he says that the reality is that the tshuva part, the returning part, the changing part is not the problematic part. That's not the difficult part. The difficult part is understanding and realizing that there's work to be done. It's being alerted to the fact that we need to change. We need to think about how to alter our goals to change our lives, to realize that. Because so many people don't even understand that, don't realize that. They just coast through life on autopilot and they never pause to notice that anything needs to change. The Rambam says famously and beautifully in Hilchos Tshuva, the laws of returning, he says that we blow shofar because the Torah tells us to blow shofar, but there is an allusion to it as well. There's a logical reason behind the shofar. When we hear the blast of the shofar, we are awakened, we're jolted. He says it is as if it's saying, Uru yishenim mishinaschem, awaken you sleeping ones from your slumber. That the point of the shofar is to jolt us, to alert us, to awaken us. That the way things are going right now, we need to stop sleeping through life. We have to stop sleepwalking. We have to think about some changes that we can make in our lives to do tshuva, which apparently the verse tells us is not so difficult. The difficult part is understanding that we need to awaken and to that what's happening now is perhaps not the norm, and that we should pursue changes in our life. So God willing, we can, as we hear the shofar, we can awaken, we can be alerted to the fact that we have an opportunity to change, which the Torah tells us that commandment to return is not so far, it's not so distant, it's very, very possible, very, very reasonable. So God willing, as we hear the shofar, we can reflect upon that, and we can all have a beautiful, sweet new year and be written and sealed in the book of life.